Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
Guys, oops, I frightened myself.
Frightened me.
I frightened everyone. Guys, you are watching The Morning Score, your top-of-day fix for professional and for college sports and for gaming for real. This is our first episode at UBN, so round of applause.
Woo woo!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, you probably have been watching us on YouTube. We know that you guys love us. Not really, but you're going to love us now. You're going to love us now.
I love how you tell it how it is.
Hey, listen, it's the truth. I'm Erica. You can follow me on Twitter at Erica Renee D. Also follow The Morning Score at The Morning Score on Twitter. Yeah. Trevor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, you can follow me at Trevor Anthony.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Follow. Do yourself a favor, people. Follow me.
Don't do it. No, I'm kidding. Totally do it. You guys can follow me too at IAMSTEFZ. I'd love to tweet back with you. Let me know your feelings. I'd love to make fun of these other two with you. I need some people on my team.
Team Steph.
Team Steph Z. And you guys can also hashtag us at TMS Talk.
Yes.
I'm like, see, I totally wasn't sure about
That's
that.
right,
I
you're
kind of
right.
was.
Yeah.
It's a new thing today.
It
We
is.
like
Right,
new
yeah,
things,
that's
and
new.
we'll talk back to you during the show.
And shout out to Madeline for,
Right.
Madeline is one of our loyal followers, fans.
Super loyal.
Hey, girl, hey.
What?
You follow once, you get a shout out. That's how we roll. That's right.
We're very loyal to our peeps.
We are.
Very loyal.
All of
Madeline,
them.
what up?
That's right. So if you keep
High
watching, high five, virtual high five. If you keep watching us, we're going to be giving away lots of cool prizes. Not today, but
Nope.
one day.
You got to watch at least more than once to
One
get
day.
the prize. I think after 5 consecutive watches, we give a prize.
I think so too. Now, for all of you first-time viewers out there, the Morning Score, again, we cover professional college sports, gaming. Now, we're all just, young, hip sports fanatics, and we like to brand ourselves as the anti-talking heads. Now, we all appreciate Fox Sports, ESPN. I mean, we watch it all day. This is what we do. This is what we love. But sometimes you just want to talk shit with your friends who are knowledgeable, and we are those knowledgeable talking shit friends.
Yeah,
A lot of shit coming out of our mouths
pretty
on
much.
this show.
It's kind of like you want to have a beer with us, but since it's the morning, it's like mimosa time. It's good mimosa time.
I don't do mimosas.
What?
is
I
wrong
don't
with
do
you?
sweet.
Come
All right,
on, dude.
straight
Do you
up-
drink beer's
straight
not
up bourbon.
sweet?
No, beer is not sweet.
Oh, you like your Jameson.
I
That's
like
what it is.
Jameson.
And she likes them when she orders them. If you make this girl wait for a drink at the bar, she gets like the epitome of hangry, but like
No.
drangry.
See,
or whatever that
That's
would be
because she's
called.
a bartender.
Don't listen to Steph. Do not listen to Steph.
I tell the truth, only the truth, and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me. So help me, sports gods.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Speaking of sports gods,
Go ahead, Trevor. Jump right on into it with the U.S. women's national team. Awesome victory yesterday.
I mean, did you guys see the game?
yes.
Awesome.
It was so awesome. I mean, I don't understand. A lot of people are saying yesterday's semifinal game was pretty much like watching the finals. You can't count England or Japan out yet. They play today. I'm
Right.
pretty sure they play today. So that semi happens today. But again, calling out to all you fans, I'm going to Vancouver. I'm throwing it down right now. I want to go. I want to go to the finals. I need someone crazy to go with me.
That's our first prize to give away is just the opportunity to go to Vancouver, but no expenses included.
That's right.
Just
But
the
you don't
opportunity.
have to pay for me, and I have a place to stay. No, but the game, you know what? I was watching this game yesterday, and I know sometimes we talk about women's sports versus men's sports,
Yes.
and I have to say, the intensity of this game was on par with watching a men's game. And I
agree.
feel like there's not a lot of sports like that. And I love women power, whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
whatever. But, a WNBA game is just not exciting to watch.
It's not.
And yesterday, you had blood, you had a collision on a penalty. Oh, was it a corner? It was a corner.
Corner,
No,
I
it was
believe-
they were kicking it in. It was a goal kick, I
Yeah.
think. So two girls collided. It was number 14 from the U.S., and I don't remember who it was from Germany. But they collided. There was blood. They were both down. And you know what? It wasn't like a lot of other sports where even male athletes
Yep.
walk off. Both girls
Like-
continue to play.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like in women's soccer, much less than men's soccer, there's a lot less flopping. I feel like women.
There's definitely
There's
flopping,
flopping.
but if they get taken out of the game, you can't go back,
go back in, yeah.
So
Right.
there's a lot, like there's the flop, but then there's like, all right, I'm cool, I'm okay. It's like
Shake
the
it off,
initial
shake it
flop.
off.
Yeah. Oh, bringing it all back
I
to
know,
Taylor
the Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
That's later.
But yeah, so it was super awesome. So there was collisions, there was blood, the intensity, and then we scored on a penalty kick,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
was amazing. Germany missed on their penalty kick. How do you miss?
Right, who
do you
misses
miss?
a
Yeah.
penalty kick?
You can't.
She's
Like,
one of the best scorers in
it's
the
the
world.
nerves. It's the nerves. She couldn't that's the only thing it could be is the nerves.
Well, and Hope Solo admitted that she paused and took her time to try to get in her head, which, hey,
Yeah.
more power to you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. And I just want to go back to like watching women's versus men. When it comes to soccer, first of all, these chicks are hot.
These chicks are
So
hot.
you should
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
be
yeah,
watching
they are.
that anyway.
See, Trevor, this is why women's sports will never thrive and survive. These chicks are hot. Really?
They are hot, but they're also amazing
He's not
athletes.
wrong. He's
I'm
not
maybe right.
wrong.
I'm just saying, for anybody who's like, oh, there's so many people that refuse to watch
Yeah.
women's sports. Well, hey, watch soccer,
Yeah.
volleyball.
Volleyball.
I mean,
Tennis, women's tennis.
tennis, golf.
You're right.
I mean,
Golf.
there's
golf.
some hotties.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
are some
but
hotties.
all right, it's just not like that's a plus in soccer, volleyball, tennis, but golf. I don't think it trumps watching grass grow.
Well, you just have to like golf anyway
No,
to
I
watch
like
any
golf. I'm not
golf,
saying
but
that, but it's a little like
and
you had me until you said golf.
I
I
have a
was
theory
like, I
about
checked out about golf.
about women's golf. I'm just like goes over my head, but my theory about women's basketball. What if women's basketball players wore like volleyball outfits? Like, what if they wore like little booty shorts and
You
like
should
half
be.
tops?
If you were closer, I'd smack you.
No, I'm serious because
You just got pissed that he said
Well, listen.
they're hot. Now you're like, let's have them play in their underwear. Well, lingerie football. There it is.
No,
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
no,
It's the most terrible thing I've ever
because
seen.
WNBA players are hella talented. But just what if they just didn't wear baggy shorts? It would be so much sexier. Like I like watching women's volleyball. I can't.
But
tell.
it's not about that.
I
Like,
know,
that's the thing. Like
but
the girls in
there's no-
soccer
there's
are
no-
hot and they play in a normal uniform and they're still hot.
Look at Candace Parker. Like she would be so hot in like a little crop top and some booty shorts.
Right, but that's not the point. They should still be hot in their supposed uniform.
No.
That's what makes it hot.
well, and here's the thing: I'm not saying that's
Erica,
just
I'm
a
disappointed
bonus
in
to
you.
watch,
Don't
like
be,
you said, Steph.
Don't be
Like
disappointed.
watch these ladies, and then you see
They're
how
hot, they're
amazing
tough,
they are.
They're great.
I used to be in high school back in the day.
Uh-oh.
Number one fan of women's soccer and volleyball. I mean, we would get the whole football team to come to these games because they're awesome. These girls would spike the ball so hard.
In their booty shorts.
Hey,
Oh, jeez.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
you know,
Best
that's just a
volleyball,
bonus
whatever.
right
They play
there.
on the beach.
But we would have to have our receivers from the football team were the ones catching the balls because they hit the damn thing so hard. I mean,
Right.
these women are amazing. And if you can't get behind this U.S. women's team,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you can get behind.
You know, we want to hear something that was super, super cool, and I got teared up because I'm super tough, but sports make me cry. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Hey.
So last night I was at the Yankees game, the Angel Yankee
Oh
game.
my God. I saw
And-
the pictures.
And no, what they did is in between the innings, they put the highlights on from the USA game. And mind you, it was Yankee game, so more than half the people were cheering for the Yankees anyway, so you had a very split crowd. But to hear the whole stadium cheer together for USA, like it literally brought a tear to my eye. It was crazy. And I got the chills, and it was like insane.
The chills.
It-
She got the chills.
Oh, shut
That's
it over
what I'm
there. You have
saying.
no feeling.
I
I just
do.
want to see sexy people.
No.
Just make them all play naked.
No.
I don't care.
Trevor.
care.
Never
Get more
naked
viewers.
because it's
That'd
always
be
more sexy to have a
sloppy.
little something than
Yeah.
Let's
pure
talk about
nude.
Let's talk about who got a little something something. Anthony Davis moving
Oh
over.
my, a little
to
something.
Talk about this crazy NBA free agency. July 1st, today, 12:01 midnight. Well, I guess Eastern Standard Time is when all the NBA craziness started. Anthony Davis is close to closing his $145 million deal with the Pelicans. LeBron has opted out. Kevin Love has opted out. Dwayne Wade has opted out. To me, the biggest story right now is the Anthony Davis deal. He's young. He's going to be with the Pelicans for another 5 years. That shows how much that franchise believes in him. One of the highest paid NBA players. So much hope, so much promise, so much potential. And I'm happy for the young man in his unibrow.
Oh,
No, you didn't.
I am.
this kid, he is the high. This is the biggest contract ever. But this guy deserves it. This guy is a machine.
Yeah.
The thing is, they just need to get some pieces around him.
Yeah.
And I still can't get around the whole Pelicans thing. I get it. It's in New Orleans, but geez.
Oh, the
it's like
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
I can't either. I don't even read. I'm terrible. I discriminate against the Pelicans. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay.
Well,
because
it's-
when I read like sports news and stuff and I hear it, it doesn't sound.
Pelicans.
It's like the Pelicans.
It's hard to take
It's
it
like,
seriously.
It is.
I can't. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm.
What exactly a pelican has the?
A pelican
It's
is
got
that.
the big
the
beak.
thing.
It stands on the 1 foot, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the greatest thing from Finding Nemo when the Pelican's like, "Get in my mouth if you want to live." It's amazing. Anyone?
Wow.
Anyone out? Madeline, you're with me on that one, right?
Madeline knows.
Hashtag Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
But to get back to this, to get back to NBA, this free agency is crazy. First of all, the Bulls re-signed Mike Dunleavy.
the Bulls, they did. Good job.
I mean,
Good job.
whatever. That's but they did offer the max to Jimmy Butler, so that's a huge thing. For those of you just meeting me, diehard Bulls fan, Kawhi Leonard back with the Spurs. That dude is a beast.
But the Spurs have let go of Thiago Splitter. Well, the Hawks are in talks with getting Thiago Splitter, which I think is a huge for the Hawks.
Well, because they might lose Paul Millsap,
Yep.
which would also be huge.
Yeah.
And LaMarcus Aldridge. Like, where's that guy going to go? Once that guy goes, I think the dominoes will fall.
I think so too.
But
yeah.
that guy,
It's so crazy to me. It's like, I don't know if you guys think about this, and maybe I'm just me and weird and fine. But it's like it just ended, and now it's like, I feel like every other sport's not like that. It's like you can't even just ride the wave of like the Warriors won, cool, let's sit in it. It's like there's just more basketball news right away.
well, it's like the only other sport that does that is the NFL. I mean, the
NFL
NFL
does
is all year rounds. This,
Right,
that.
but
This is like the most boring part of the NFL.
The draft isn't like the weekend after the Super Bowl.
Well,
True.
I see,
No, you're
I
right.
see what you're
You
saying.
know what I'm saying?
There's
It's
there's
like
some downtime.
Yeah, like it was like, all right, you had basketball, and it was like, just take a freaking minute.
But you know what? To
like,
contradict
how do
what
they
you
know
just
who
said,
they want?
hockey is like that too because we just had the Stanley Cup Finals and we just had their draft. So hockey and NBA.
Yeah,
kind
but
of,
clearly we're not talking about the hockey draft.
well, I
'cause
mean,
no one hears about it. Who cares?
No one talks about hockey.
Go Kings!
Go Kings, go!
I don't know who they drafted.
Go Rangers.
Somebody
I don't
awesome,
either.
I hope.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not in the news as much as basketball is. It's like, just give me a break.
Hashtag TMS Talk, by the way. I want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Hashtag TMS Talk. Talk to us on Twitter.
Yeah, let's try to find out if
Hashtag-
anybody's there.
What about Kevin Love and LeBron in this poolside meeting they had? Is Kevin Love smart to maybe sign back with the Cavaliers, or do you think he should set his sights on Los Angeles?
No, the Cavs are going to win it next year.
No, the Bulls will win it next
The
year.
Clippers, sorry.
Whatever, dude. I mean, like, we didn't even talk about, like, whatever. I don't believe that. I think the Cavs are going to win it next year. I think he should stay there. I think LeBron's going to stay there. I mean, look at what LeBron did by himself.
Well, yeah, I
His
mean,
whole
it's-
team fell apart. So if he actually has the players again, like, I don't think he has to do a lot to convince people that they have a winning team. He has to do a lot to convince people
Yeah.
to stay freaking healthy.
well, and that's the thing. If Kevin Love wants a
Really,
championship,
you guys stay there. You're not getting a championship with the Clippers next year. I'm sorry, Erica.
Ooh,
You know what,
fighting
Trevor?
words.
I'm
I'm
not-
just or the Bulls,
Listen.
or the Bulls.
Listen, she's talking
Whoa,
about she's
whoa.
talking about your Bulls
I'm talking.
too.
I'm
Good thing you're on that
truth.
side of the table.
I'm not saying like the Knicks are gonna win. I'm not going there
because they're not.
I mean, correct.
Yes.
I'll just say it. But the Cavs have a better chance than either one of the Bulls or the Clippers.
Trevor,
Come
jump
on.
in. Jump
let's
in,
just
Trevor.
let's just remind ourselves, and obviously this is woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's over. The Bulls
lost.
were a bad
You
call
lost.
by the refs away from getting up 3-1. So that Cavs
So
team
were the
never
Dallas
should have even
Cowboys.
got up there. Well, that's true too. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's over. But the Bulls are
part of the
reloading.
game,
They've got a
dude.
new coach
No,
who will actually
you're
utilize
crazy.
that deep bench.
Yeah.
You have I loved Tom Thibodeau.
I do too.
But you had one of the deepest benches in the NBA, and you refused to use it.
There's
Yeah.
got to be a
So-
reason.
yeah.
I'm ready for them to have some new life, some new blood.
I
If-
don't know. I think
speaking
you're
of
holding
staying
your breath.
healthy, if D Rose can actually stay healthy,
Yeah.
Also, you forget.
But that's
in
one
the playoffs,
person. It was LeBron. The whole team fell
Well,
apart.
I know, but
He should have been out there by
Gasol
himself.
and Joakim Noah were both injured. I mean, they were
Yeah.
playing, but they were injured. Well, actually, Gasol was out for 2 games, so that was huge. So health on health. Let's see what's happened.
Health on health, and Kevin Love, honestly, and anyone else, I feel like if you are a star player, a mega star player, there's no reason for you to set your sights on moving west because the West is so tough. It's going to be such a hard conference to move up
True.
and to be a dominant favorite team. So if you're Kevin Love, why would you want to take your talents to the West? Stay in the East where you can be the big man on campus, big man, big pond, or big fish, small pond, whatever. That's what I would do. D Wade, another big player who has opted out of his contract. Does he stay in Miami? Is he just trying to get more money? Is he trying to get the Lakers to court him so that the Heat come back with more money? Or is he going to go join his friend, Braun in Cleveland?
I mean, I think he's going to stay in the only reason why I opted out, he just wants to get paid. This guy, he's done enough in Miami. He deserves a decent contract, but at the same time, for the Heat fans and that franchise, you don't want to do what the Lakers did with Kobe and overpay for a guy who's on his last legs.
washed up.
And the
Literally.
Lakers are now stumbling around because Kobe's contract is so huge. Now, if they could get somebody like Aldridge or Love, hey, maybe in a couple years they're doing something, but I don't know. And that D'Angelo Russell draft pick, we'll talk about that
No,
a little
go ahead.
bit. But
Jump into. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, no, I have a quick question. How do you guys feel? Like, part of me gets a little bit irked at the fact that we know. I like that we know stuff, but it kind of, like all these athletes that hold out for these contracts and stuff, it kind of, I don't know, you made a face too. Like, it kind of makes me angry in a way.
Really?
Well, because it's like, I get fans and I get loyalty, and it's like you don't want to know. And again, some of this I take back to like Revis playing for the Jets, before he went to Patriots and came back. But it's like you have your star players, and it's so like I get that we all know bottom line it's about money and sports is a business, but like to have it thrown in your face and not know the fate of your team because of money, it makes me, I feel like I just don't want to know all that. Like, I don't want to know that it's the money. I understand players get traded, but I feel like it's a little bit, like they're just trying to rile people up.
I was listening to George Reister on the Beast 980 yesterday. Shout out to George, who had
There
a,
it is. Shout out.
had a Twitter fight
Hashtag
with
us.
George yesterday. Hashtag Twitter fight, hashtag TMS talk. But he made some really good points about how it is about the money, because what's a lot of money to you, to me, to Jarvis, to Ron, like, is not a lot of money to these players who have a certain lifestyle to uphold. They have moms and grandmothers and aunties and uncles.
I get it, but I'm saying if we were negotiating, like say you and I say whatever was giving us money to host a show.
Okay.
Like, and we were the face of this show.
Okay.
And our fans fell in love with us because we talked to them. And we had to, with the network, renegotiate our contracts in order to stay for a few years. I wouldn't be telling my fans, hey, guys, I might not be here next year because they might not pay me enough money, so screw you.
I see what you're
I might be out.
saying.
Like, I feel like there's a fine line, and I'm not quite sure that we tap dance around it as media the way that I would like.
What do you think,
and
Trevor?
Just
I
my
don't think
opinion.
the athletes are the ones actually saying, hey, I'm leaving for the money. I think it's the media, and we
That's
just
what I'm saying,
we just
like-
know that, hey, the only reason why D Wade opted out of this contract is because he wants more money at the end,
Yeah.
the final couple years of his career.
And he's never been the highest paid player on his team, yet he has 11 All-Star appearances. I mean, he was on all 3 championship teams. So I just think with sports, it's a different culture. Like,
get it.
teachers and superintendents, we don't care what they make, which is sad because they teach our future.
Right.
But with the sports culture and with movie stars and actors and entertainers, it comes to the territory.
Well, and it's also hard with sports because it comes down to like a D Wade and a a Kobe, where, hey, they brought championships. They were the face of this franchise, and then they get paid later, which is, it's kind of screwed up because, hey, now Kobe's on his last legs, can't
Literally.
play, and he's making $40 million a year. He should have been making $40 million a year when he and Shaq
Yeah, I think it's all.
were
I think it's
crushing it.
it's
So it's all it's
all
so ass
skewed.
backward.
Yeah. You know, my other question that comes to mind a lot
What?
when we talk about the NBA draft is that do you guys think that the transition from college basketball to the NBA is the same transition from college football to the NFL?
No, it's not. I don't think it is. And I think the reason the transition is different, like, 18-year-old, 19-year-old boys cannot compete with the physical prowesses of 24-year-old NFL studs who are working out 24/7. Now, basketball players will beg to differ, but I'm sorry, basketball is not as much of a contact sport as is football.
So you think it's easier to transition to
I think it's
NBA?
easier to transition to the NBA. But with that being
agree.
said, I don't think that a 19-year-old like D'Angelo Russell or Julius Randle or Larry Nance Jr. can hold on his shoulders the fate of a team immediately. So I do think that an NFL rookie probably is stronger because he has played 2 or 3 years in college.
Well, see, I actually disagree with you guys. I think it's an easier transition for football players
Okay.
because they can't leave. They have to play at least 3 years.
Okay.
And it's those facilities that these colleges have and the access the players have to trainers and everything. I mean, these guys are massive. I would just see my friends that I played with in high school go to college, and then a year later they're just beast mode. And then you figure that they're doing that for 3 to 4 years and then going to the NFL. I mean, there's a difference when you're 18 years old and going into the NBA. And even though it's not as physically, I mean, it's still extremely physical sport, but you're not getting hammered,
Yeah.
every play. It's still hard for an 18 or 19-year-old boy to deal with some of these men in the NBA. But in college, you're about 21 to 22, maybe even 23, which doesn't seem like a big difference, but it really is. And you've been working at it for 3 to 4 years.
Right. I don't know. I think I'm with Erica that the NBA is easier, but I was just thinking about it. I just think it's really interesting the differences in that. But that was it.
Let's
That
get
was
in.
my thought.
I like that conversation. Speaking of making the transition, D'Angelo Russell was a good pick for the Lakers. Were you surprised that they went with Russell versus Okafor and his new teammate, Larry Nance Jr., who tweeted some, I guess, say incendiary things about Kobe a couple of years ago? What do you think about D'Angelo going to the Lakers? Is he going to be the future? Will he be able to put those Lakers on his shoulders and get them back to championship contention? And did Larry Nance Jr. put his foot in his mouth?
Well, I'm going to say D'Angelo Russell, stud college player. I don't know if I'm going to see it in the NBA, but it goes back to what we were just talking about. This guy needs to bulk up. He is 6'5",
Bulk up.
180 pounds.
He needs
I'm
to eat like 12
5'9",
burgers.
180 pounds.
I got muscles.
I mean, that's insane, dude. That guy is so much taller than I am, and he's the same weight. That guy's going to get destroyed.
But can you shoot 41% from the three-point line, though, Trevor? Can you do that?
Damn
He's
straight
like, no,
I
I'm at
can.
like 58.
You should see me at
Leave it
water
up there.
basketball dunking on fools. Hey!
Water basketball.
Is that like you play in a pool?
I mean, well, D'Angelo Russell's just going to have to stay out around the three-point line and never even try to get into the lane because that guy's just going to get broken.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll bulk up, I believe. Larry Nance Jr., 27th overall pick, the son of Larry Nance. Obviously, he's a junior. Duh. His father was a
That's our nasty stat of the day.
Nasty stat. Nasty stat. Erica followed up with her. Duh.
hashtag TMS talk. Larry
Hashtag duh.
Hashtag duh. He tweeted, G, this is like 2011, so he's probably like 10 years old. G, hope Kobe could keep his hands to himself. He tweeted that one time when the Lakers were on a road trip to Denver. And of course, that tweet was in reference to Kobe's infamous 2003 rape case. And now he's a Laker. So now he's like, oh, I was sick to my stomach when that tweet came back to haunt me. So everyone note, don't ever put anything on Twitter that you don't want your parents to read. And if you don't want your parents to read it and you tweeted it, go back and get your Twitter archive and delete that stuff.
You can't delete that.
Can't delete it?
Well, it's you can delete it, but it's never like if you were to put out a tweet right now and it was in my feed
Okay.
and then you delete it, it stays in my feed.
Oh.
So somebody had to catalog that. Who does that?
I know,
Who
right?
looks for that?
Haters.
Yeah.
Haters do that.
But I feel like in the same sense,
Journalists
it's like,
do that.
This guy, I'm not mad at him about the tweet. Like, are you guys mad at this tweet?
I'm not mad at the tweet.
I'm not mad at it. I just don't think it's very smart. I mean, the way I compare it is I'm an actor and a host. Okay, that's what I do for a living. That's what I want to end. There are so many TV shows, movies, actors, actresses that are awful. But I will never say that publicly on Twitter, Facebook, or anything. Because who's to say that I say so-and-so actor is just an idiot, untalented, and then the next thing you know, I get offered a movie with this person.
Or you
It's
don't get offered because you
Or,
said
yeah,
something
right.
shady about
They're
it.
like, hey, we were going to give you $10 million to do this film with so and so, but this tweet back
But if
in
so and
2015.
so is a rapist, would you care?
Wait a second. Kobe's
Well,
not a rapist.
I'm not saying that he is. I'm not saying that he is, but I'm saying that's what this kid thought and referenced. Like it's not like he tweeted Kobe sucks.
Right,
He
but I
tweeted-
think this is actually worse because
I think it's worse too, but I'm saying it's not, you know what I mean? Like that comparison, I don't necessarily know that works because it's not like you're saying, you know, this actor sucks and then you have to work with them and they're like, oh, you think I suck? Clearly you're in a movie with me. It's like you're responding to something that's happening in the world with an athlete that you might look up to and be like, hey, what is this guy? What's this standard that this athlete's setting for me in this arena that I want to perform in?
Well, I just go back. Okay, let's just, for example, and I love your work, Robert Downey Jr. when he was a mess years ago,
Right.
and he's
Yes.
obviously made one of the most extraordinary comebacks in the history of filmmaking.
The best commercials ever.
I mean, this guy's
He
awesome.
is. He's amazing.
But just imagine if Twitter was around when he was at his worst and people were just like blowing him up. There's a lot of people that probably wouldn't be in films with him,
Oh, yeah.
and you're just putting your foot in your mouth. So that's basically what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like,
I get it. And I feel like, I mean, shit, I'm so happy that all this stuff did not exist when I was in my,
know.
like, late teens
Yeah.
and 20s. Like, could you imagine?
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel it's bad. I feel like the internet and all this social media, I love it. There's a lot of good positive, but there's also a lot of bad. So I feel like it's a little bit tricky.
we
to
know
navigate.
way too much about everyone.
We do. We
Right.
do.
In this
Or we
day and age.
think we do.
Or we
Because
think
they
we-
put
yeah.
this, whatever we put out, they put out in their social media, we think is the truth and we go on that. Which a lot of people don't really live the life that Facebook says they're living.
They,
Okay,
they
no,
do
you're
not.
right. We got Instagram models, we got Facebook famous. I mean, you're right. Social media definitely exacerbates what we think is the ideal life. Let's talk about do we have time to talk about Philadelphia just real quick or no? Are we going to
I think so.
Sure. I mean, I think it's even a smooth transition.
Okay. Well, sometimes people get on Twitter and say some stuff they shouldn't say. And Steve Weatherford from New York, the Giants,
Shut up.
punter. People from New York always are doing something that is just too much.
Why are you hating? You just can't handle the New York, can you, girl?
New Yorkers just do not know how to keep their mouths shut.
They are
Oh.
crazy.
Come on.
Steve Weatherford, the punter from the Giants, basically said that Sam Bradford is like a Maserati or like a sports car. Sometimes he might run and do awesome, and sometimes you don't know if he's even going to start and go like 2 miles, which I think is a pretty accurate
funny.
description of Sam Bradford's career, which I want to parlay this conversation into. Does Steve Weatherford have a valid point? Is Jason Kelsey valid in saying "shut up, you're a punter"? And is Chip Kelly crazy for all this this overhaul he's had in Philly?
Yeah. Well, the whole shut up, you're a punter. He's a punter, but he punts good. He knows how to punt.
But he's still just a punter.
Still a
But
punter.
still, that's fine.
I mean,
No, not fine. I mean, it's like, that's what his job is, and he does it. He's talking about other people that don't do their job.
well, I think the thing is, the biggest point, he's talking about another team. It'd be one thing if he was talking about his own team.
Who's
Which-
not talking about the Eagles right now?
Right. And he's right. Like, everything he said was right. Sam Bradford
Yep.
can be a Ferrari.
Yep.
But sometimes he's usually in the shop.
Yep.
Mark Sanchez
Who knows?
is like a Toyota Camry.
oh,
It's reliable.
Okay.
Mark Sanchez
But
is
it's-
not reliable.
It's not sexy.
Oh, Tim Tebow is like a Jeep. He's sexy and he's built, but I mean, I don't know.
I would say Tim
Tim
Tebow's like a Hummer.
Oh, that's
Like-
better. That's better.
He could just run you over, and
the
that's
Virgin
about
Hummer.
it.
the Virgin.
Tim Tebow's probably never had a Hummer. You're very.
I don't think Tim Tebow's a virgin anymore. I'm sorry.
I don't think he is either, but it just
He's getting
fit.
somebody's booty.
Yeah, but wait, Mark Sanchez reliable? You're
He is.
talking
Well,
to a
I mean-
Jets fan.
He's reliable.
Reliable.
I mean, he's
Whoa.
okay. He did take you to two.
Oh my
AFC
God,
championships.
He did
AFC
not
championships.
take us to
Did
two
he?
AFC
Did. Are you
championships.
serious?
He did not
He-
take you to two Super Bowls.
Damn.
You know what he did? He ruined it for us. Everyone, this is my biggest pet peeve, and I know we always segue
She's
to the
bitter.
Jets. It just happens. But everyone's like, he put took us to the championship game. He was the reason we didn't win. We had an amazing supporting cast.
He was
that
the reason
year.
that you guys were there. Are you serious?
Are you serious?
This is what's
Not
wrong-
our
this
D,
is what's
not
wrong
our
with
number
New
one
Yorkers.
D.
This
Not
is
our
what's
number
wrong
one
with
D
New
got us
Yorkers.
there.
This is
Come
what's wrong
on.
with New Yorkers.
Mark Sanchez,
Listen,
butt fumble Mark Sanchez is the reason we got there.
That was-
or is he the reason we didn't get further than that AFC championship
that was
game?
one.
I'm just saying.
Well, who were your weapons then? I don't even remember.
Me, I don't remember
Like,
either. Actually,
We had-
Wayne
we had a
Corbett?
Yes. No, I mean that was when we had Revis. We had our D was like number one.
Your D was
which
insane.
has made us. It wasn't that we just blew. It wasn't that we had Tom Brady for 2 seasons that took us to the AFC Championship. We had a great team, and the offense didn't really need to perform as much as the defense because it was a great team. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I liked Mark Sanchez fine until I didn't, but I'm not saying he's not reliable. Did you see him last season? Did you see him? Did you watch him play?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying he at least stays on the field.
exactly. Sam Bradford is coming off of.
Stays on the field.
million
His last season with the Jets, he got hurt in the last preseason game, and he was out for the season.
Okay, guys,
what are you
guys.
talking about?
Well, that's the Jets. Now he's an Eagle and he's soaring.
Now he's
Man.
an Eagle. Is Chip Kelly going to be the dumbest man on the planet or the smartest man on the planet? He's got Bradford, who's always hurt, still recovering from that ACL injury. Nick Foles, who I think is beyond solid. He's a Pac-12 guy. You'd think that Chip Kelly would like him. Bradford, of course, is 18-30-1 as a starter. He has a career 79.3 passer rating. Why in the heck does Chip Kelly have Tebow, Bradford, Barkley on his roster as quarterbacks? I don't understand what he's doing. He did make an upgrade with DeMarco Murray. I think that was great. He tried to re-sign
Right.
Macklin. That I think is going to end up coming to bite him in the butt. But
I don't think Tebow's a bad quarterback.
Girl,
and
get
I-
out of here.
What?
And this is why. This is why. He wants to win more.
Okay, I want $1
No,
million.
but I mean, like-
I'm not rich.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I don't think he's as terrible as everybody makes him out to be. I'm not 100% sure that he'll stay in the quarterback position because he can do other stuff. And I know Chip Kelly, the offense that he runs is very, what's what I'm looking for. It can be all over the place. It can vary a lot. So who knows if he'll stay in that position? But I don't think picking up Tim Tebow was as bad as some of the other things that happened.
I don't think having a Tebow on that offense is bad.
That's what I'm
because
saying.
some
Yeah, he's
trickery,
versatile. That's the word I was looking for.
But that's not the guy you want under center.
Ever.
For
he's
every
not
play.
going to be the starting quarterback.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course not. Of course not.
But also having 4 quarterbacks. I mean, I'm sure Matt Barkley's probably going to be the one that they push aside,
Yeah.
or if you find a place for Tebow, even though he's a quarterback,
love
maybe
for
a
him to do
fullback.
good.
It's.
I mean, I'm indifferent. He went to Florida. I'm a Georgia. I'm a dog. So
I just have to say the Eagles,
All about you.
if
advice. That's right.
Bradford can stay healthy,
If he can stay healthy.
dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a big if.
I would give you that. Yeah.
If
If he doesn't, they're 8-8 again, and they're not in the playoffs.
maybe Chip Kelly had some overall grand scheme vision that none of us can see. I can't see
He's
it.
got a master plan,
He
and I
has a-
kind of think he's smart. I don't make him as that crazy, that crazy coach that you're like, what is this guy doing? Like, he's got a plan. He's always had a plan.
And everybody's giving him such grief of getting rid of Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
That guy was a locker room cancer. Plus, he's go big or do nothing.
Okay.
Right.
And then Jeremy Macklin, obviously, that guy was a stud.
I like Macklin.
But, he's got a nice little stable of young receivers coming in. Jordan Matthews could be awesome. Nelson Aguilar from USC could
Nelson,
actually
yeah, he
be
could
a
be-
nice little sleeper.
We'll see.
Yeah, a little
And they've
sleeper.
got good tight ends. They've got DeMarco Murray. Everybody had such an uproar of what he was doing. I'm like,
But they don't have a quarterback.
well, yeah, there is that.
So
That'd be interesting.
okay.
I
Hashtag
love-
TMS talk. What, Steph?
I was just gonna say I love that football's starting soon.
Right.
We got like
been
70,
long
70,
enough.
80 days. Hashtag TMS talk. Now we are moving on to the best of and the worst of. Here at the Morning Score, we don't just talk about sports. We talk about what's going on in the world because we're smart like that. Best and worst.
Usually, smart people don't have to tell other people they're smart.
But you know what?
I'm just saying.
That's a really good point. But because we have a lot of first-time viewers, I had to make sure they knew.
Oh, you just wanted to make sure they were aware.
confirming.
Got it.
Best
Good
and
one.
worst
Good
of.
one, Erica. Good call, girl. You go.
I know,
right.
right?
Let them know.
And the New Yorkers are the bad ones.
And
No,
the
I'm
New
just kidding.
Yorkers are the worst ones.
Love you, mean it.
Hashtag JK. Okay, a recap of the best and the worst stories from last week. It was a crazy busy week in politics and social issues. What about the SCOTUS's? SCOTUS. That sounds like scrotum. When I say SCOTUS, I feel like I'm saying scrotum.
Wow.
Okay.
Didn't make that correlation all week.
I know.
until just now.
I like that we just abbreviate everything too. Like now the
I'm a
Supreme
big
Court
fan
is
of acronyms.
SCOTUS.
SCOTUS.
I'm such a fan of acronyms. You know, a total segue, real quick. One of my history teachers in high school made us every week find 5 acronyms in the newspaper and come in Monday, and you learned them. So, like, I'm just a fan of acronyms. That's it. Going on. Moving.
Marriage equality. I like to say I'm from Georgia, go Dogs, sick 'em, and I have really watched my Twitter and my Facebook feeds that are filled with people from my hometown, not my hometown, but just from the South in general. Really they're offended. They're offended by the Supreme Court's decision on marriage equality. And, I'm a good Christian girl, but I really feel that the Supreme Court is on the right side of history. 5-4 decision. I used to think, and this is wrong, I've learned recently, that marriage was a Christian tradition. But marriage predates Christianity. So, it's not ours to own. Marriage is a civil union, and weddings are the religious ceremony. So therefore, I mean, if 2 men and 2 women are getting married, how's that affecting your life? Like, get over it, guys. Get on the right side of history. It's 2015, guys, okay? If Trevor and I wanted to get married in 1967, that was the first time we could have gotten married because you're white and I'm black, obviously.
And that's messed up too.
And that's messed up too. So, I don't know. I'm really excited about the marriage equality decision.
I am too. I have a lot of friends who I'm so happy that they can now do this and get married.
I'm not gay, but my friends are.
Yeah, I have a lot of gay friends, and I love it. And it just sucks to hear that they can't do it. And there's still some states, some county commissioners who won't.
Bama.
They won't let it go through. And it's like
our engineers from Alabama.
roll
throw
Tide
them
or
under
War
the
Eagle.
bus real quick. Just throw them under. There it is. Back it up. Beep, beep, beep. No.
It is just crazy to me that they're still fighting. It's like, dude, it's a law now. You have to do this.
Well, for me, that, like how Erica mentioned, the crazy thing is, what I don't understand about the whole thing, it's like, so does that straight couple think that their marriage, like, why do they give a shit?
Why do
Like,
you
why
care?
do people
Yeah.
care? It's not like all of a sudden your taxes are affected because these other 2 people want to get married. It's not like your marriage is null and void. Like, what's...
Yeah.
I just don't understand what people are so mad about because, and when it comes back to religion and Christianity and stuff, like there's a million things and a million sins in the Bible if you want to go back there.
Yep.
People break them every day, whatever. But it's like something that's what irks me the most. Is like something that doesn't affect you, yet you're so, like they're not going to be affected at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At all.
If you don't like the morning score show,
Don't
watch it.
No, you better watch it.
Yeah, you watch it anyway.
But like, we're gonna still have our freaking show.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But
it's
no,
like,
it's-
it's very, very ignorant. And I have to say, I've heard a lot of people say that they've had this on their Facebook feed and all this stuff, this negativity. And I have to say that I'm super proud that I have not on any of my tweets. I mean,
Your
what a
timelines, yeah.
seen that. So I really feel like I've, I feel like the people you surround yourself with, it's very important.
So you're trying to say I have shitty friends?
Kinda. No, but you know what I mean? I'm just trying to say that I can't necessarily relate because I haven't seen all the hate, but I mean, like, directly seen it. But it is crazy to me that, again, a friend of mine summed it up. He wrote this list of all the things that are going to change because, this got passed. And it was like the things that affect heterosexual marriages.
Yeah.
It's like a list of not going to change.
Nothing, yeah.
And like the thing that affects homosexuals, it's like, you guys get to get married.
Get-
Like, it's
yeah.
super simple.
Yeah.
So I think it was a big day. I think that, a lot of other countries.
Can we get a
already
round of
have
applause,
this.
Jarvis, for
Yeah.
marriage equality?
There it is.
What? Hashtag TMS round of applause. Hashtag TMS talk. Confederate flag foolishness. Listen,
Oh.
let me tell you. I'm from Georgia, and these people in Dalton, Georgia, over the weekend had a Confederate flag parade where these, I don't want to call them rednecks, but yeah.
Rednecks.
Took to the streets of Dalton, Georgia, and put the Confederate flag on the back of their trucks, and they rode around town in a 35 car motorcade with the Confederate flag on the back of their truck, and they're just celebrating the South.
Disgusting.
The South lost, okay?
In 1865, by the way.
You know what I have to say? I had
That was a long time ago.
I honestly, being me, and I've been in the South, and I've seen people, I've seen the Confederate flag, the rebel flag, whatever you want to call it, And I have to say that in the past week, I actually was in Vietnam a while ago. And
You fought in Vietnam? I didn't realize you were there.
yeah. No.
She looks
my
good for
aunt
your-
and
you look
uncle.
good for your age. You
do.
Thanks. I know. I wear it well. No, my aunt and uncle adopted a baby, and I actually went with my uncle to Vietnam to pick up my cousin. And when you drive through a part of town, there's the communist flags flying still. And I remember what that made me feel like. And I was in their country, abiding by their rules, going through a town. I'm not affected by this communist flag at all. It doesn't pertain to me. But I challenge people here that, because so many people are like, oh, well, I don't understand why this flag upsets people, blah, blah, blah. It's not like there's those rules anymore, but it's like, if there was down Santa Monica Boulevard, the communist flag hanging rather than like Jack Daniels ads hanging, I think people would feel uncomfortable, even though we don't live in that anymore. So I think that because people think they can't relate, they're very ignorant to what that flag still might signify for other people.
Trevor?
So I feel like, a win again.
Yeah, to me, it's to get that flag down. Like you said, the Civil War was over 1865. The only flag that should be raised is the U.S. flag because that's who won.
Yes,
And it's like this flag. A lot of people are like, well, it's our history, it's our heritage. It's like, well, is that what you want to be remembered by?
Yeah.
That you tried to succeed and you lost and
you wanted to
it's
keep
just-
your slaves?
it's
I
it's
think
negativity.
it's way more of that.
It's
that-
horrible. I went to a country music concert years ago in Arizona. That's where I'm from, Phoenix, called Country Thunder. And holy shit, there were so many Confederate flags. It was like the South was uprising.
At Stagecoach, there's so many.
It blew my mind. I was like, is the Southern Army mobilizing? And it's uncomfortable because when I see that flag and I'm talking to somebody who has that flag at their campsite, all I'm thinking is, you're a racist bastard. Like, that's what's
But the
going
crazy
through
thing
my
is,
head.
they have no idea.
Some
That's
of
the
them
problem.
don't,
They have
though.
no. Some of them do, and some of them don't. But
don't,
I would beg to say that the majority of people in their teens, like the college kids that have that rebel flag or the Confederate flag, do not know the history of it. They just think, oh, it's cool. Which is a huge problem, that people support things and represent things that they have no idea
They're
about.
completely ignorant of it.
Yeah.
And why, I'm just going to say it again, why do you want a flag waving that reminds you that you lost?
I know.
Like, that's like me, like with the Cubs, having a flag outside my house. Every year they
1906.
suck.
Yeah.
It's I don't want to raise that flag.
See, but that I mean, I still rock my Jets and we suck all the time. But I can understand
There you
that
go.
point. But
Okay, let's move on to some entertainment. This week or last week, P. Diddy, in addition to his fall at the BET Music Awards, got into a little scuffle with Coach Alosi. Is that how you pronounce that? Am I pronouncing that properly, Jarvis? Is that right? Okay. Okay, yep.
Jarvis,
We'll go with Alosi.
Yes, we're gonna go.
Alosi. Now, Coach Alosi, I think is a strength and conditioning coach at UCLA. He has a history of being overly aggressive with his players. Diddy has claimed that Coach Alosi has staged psychological warfare on his son Justin. Justin has been missing a lot of the team practices. So much, in fact, back in February, Justin went to the NBA All-Star game, and there's a picture on TMZ where he's sitting next to Ben Stiller and to, of course, P. Diddy courtside. So Alosi put this picture up in UCLA's strength and conditioning weight room and was like, look, while you guys are working out, this is what your teammate is doing. And honestly, even though Alosi does have a history of being overly aggressive with his players, I kind of like that move because Justin Combs obviously wasn't the most talented player in the first place. And second of all, if you're not the most talented, you got to work even that much harder, but you're sitting chilling at the NBA All-Star game with your Diddy? With Ben Stiller? he deserved to get humiliated. I'm sorry. That's a part
But
of
what
life.
would you have done? If you were that player and you had opportunity to go to the All-Star game and sit courtside, you're gonna be like, no, dude, I gotta work out. Come on.
I am. Honestly, I am.
Yeah.
Because
No way.
you are.
I would find another time to work out.
You are Puff Daddy's son. You have the rest of your life to go to All-Star games.
Yep.
You only have a moment in time to play football for UCLA. And if you're serious about playing football for UCLA, you damn well better be at practice
Yep.
and working your ass off. Because also, like Erica said, in my opinion, he's not the most talented, so he needs to be busting his ass even more.
He does.
No, I get it if there's like a practice. I read it as he just did it on his own time, but the other guys chose to work out more.
But-
if he missed
but
a
still-
No,
scheduled
No,
it was like
practice-
spring practice or
Spring
something.
practice. And Steph, you are big on being a team player.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so let's say it was a voluntary workout. As a part of a team, I know.
Actually, you're right. I
You're
probably
one
wouldn't
person.
go.
Yeah,
All
you're
right, fine.
You believe this, okay?
I wouldn't go.
Okay.
Shit. You're right. I
Now-
hate to say it, but you're right.
I know. So Diddy, of course, has all these charges. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the charges will be lessened. He's not going to get. I mean, I think right now the charges are assault with a deadly weapon.
That's the more embarrassing
Yeah, that's
thing
crazy.
to me.
Yeah.
The kettlebell. We need to move a little bit quicker because Jarvis is like, you guys are talking too long.
We're fine. We're good. We're almost there.
Yeah, I was
Keep
just
going.
gonna say-
We're almost there.
Your dad coming to your rescue, and not that he wanted this to happen, but that is embarrassing. You are a grown man. Obviously,
all
it's
that
like,
stuff
come
is
on.
worse to me than
It's
the
totally
initial.
worse. It's like, let your son handle his business. This guy is a strength and conditioning coach. They are always known to be a little crazy. Deal with it's football. Like,
It's
And you got to
football.
think about it too. It's UCLA football. So right
Yeah.
now you got Diddy that you have to deal
Yeah.
with. You have Snoop
Snoop
because his
Dogg.
son's on the team
Snoop
too.
Yeah.
So it's like
Dogg.
I'm sure part of the reason why he's so tough is because he's used to having these kids that come from lifestyles like that. And
True.
I'm not saying that as a blanket statement, but I'm saying that I'm sure there's parents like that he has to deal with, and he's like, no, this is my time now. They're on my watch, and this is how it's gonna be.
yeah.
Guys, we gotta wrap this up real fast.
Let's do it.
Really quickly, any fun tweets or Facebook posts from the week, Fandemonium? This segment is 100% fan focused, all about you, Madeline, and everyone else out there watching. Trevor?
Yes, I've got some great ones. As you guys know, I worked for IndyCar for the past 4 years. Not this year, but still an avid fan. Probably had one of the most exciting races in IndyCar in years at Fontana. And the excitement was taken away because there's some crazy crashes about drivers bitching and moaning. So I want to just hit up some great fan tweets. This was from @Ryan Finney. He stated, "If you don't want to race because you're scared, give up your ride. Otherwise, quit complaining. I'd gladly take over for you." And then here's from one of my buddies, Stephen C. Williams. And he wrote this in response to an article on ESPN about how all the bitching and moaning overshadowed this great race. He wrote, "In 14 years of working in the sport, that was the best race I've ever witnessed live. What could have been a great building block for the series became a story for all of the negative reasons. It's a shame that every chance the series has to gain momentum, somehow those involved shoot themselves in the foot. At the end of the day, great racing, and you should tune in." And that's the thing. It's like, quit bitching. Driving is freaking dangerous. You know it. It was an awesome race,
know
and it
it.
just sucks
You
that it
know
was
it.
overshadowed by negativity.
Steph, one tweet, one fan tweet, one Facebook, nothing, got anything? Okay, good.
Go USA.
Go-
She
okay.
hashtag
Okay.
she believes.
Okay, well, my tweet of the week is actually from, again, the 980 Beast host George Reister. He and I got in a Twitter fight last night, actually,
Yeah.
about
How did I not see this Twitter fight?
About SEC football. Listen, he's a Pac-12 guy, but basically he told me that the SEC's schedule is super weak and we need to quit playing cupcake games. You know what, George? We'll continue this conversation later because we're running out of time. Guys, I'm Erica Renee Davis. You are watching The Morning Score. Follow us at The Morning Score on Twitter and at The Morning Score Show on Instagram. Follow me at Erica Renee D. Trevor.
You can follow me at Trevor Anthony, and it has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Word. And you guys can follow me at IAMSTEFZ. That's at IAMStephZ. Keep the conversation going. Send me a little tweet.
Hashtag,
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win.
I
Hashtag
believe that we
TMS
will
Talk. We will be back in 2 weeks. So stay tuned. But like Steph said, in the meantime, follow us on Twitter, on Instagram. Keep the conversation going to hashtag TMS Talk. Hey, girl. Hey, bye, Madeline. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoned, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
Now that you've found